I mean, I know he's undrafted.
He didn't get drafted, right?
Rod Smith, one of the greatest undrafted players of all time.
Right.
When he played for John Elway, he was John's favorite targeter, he and Shannon Sharp.
John lost one down the left sideline. Rod Smith, touchdown! Yeah! Hey! Right back to the bell. Way to go.
For an undrafted guy to make that transition and be as dominant as he was, maybe the best receiver in the AFC for a good stretch there in the 90s and into the 2000s.
Touchdown, Denver!
He's perfectly suited right there at number 7.
Who are the scouts that are missing these guys? Where did he, where did he go to school? Like Belleville Area College?
I can't think of what, I'm blanking on the school right now.
Missouri Southern. Not very good at football. Go Lions.
He kept a $1 food stamp in his wallet. Always kept it in there just to remind himself of where he came from.
He just played like a guy without a father. Always trying to prove that he's worthy of having a family. You have a chip on your shoulder, you got something to prove.
Rod Smith had a chip as big as the Rockies on his shoulder.
I think when you're undrafted, you always feel like you can lose your job.
It's not good enough, man. It's not good enough. You got a 14-point lead. We should have a 28-point lead.
Rod's first NFL catch was a game-winner Hail Mary on Darrell Green.
Here goes the pass. Rod Smith up. He got it. Broncos win. Unbelievable. What a catch.
I actually cut 2 first-round draft choices after my first year, knowing that we would go with Rod Smith. And you don't do that as a head coach in your second year unless you got a lot of confidence in somebody.
Kudos to him for keeping him around and recognizing the talent he had.
Everyone, when they start discussing Elway's great supporting cast in the late 90s, brings up Terrell Davis first.
It was Terrell Davis to the left, it was Terrell Davis to the right.
No one talks enough about Rod Smith.
And then it was play action deep down the field to Rod Smith or Shannon Sharp.
You need to be in with me when I go to my locker to show you them 2 Super Bowl rings. Before you start talking trash, you need to get some hard work.
Rod Smith says that Super Bowl 32 was his favorite game as a Bronco. He had 0 catches in that game. He blocked the whole time. And I thought, yeah, that sort of tells you something about Rod Smith and about his priorities and what kind of teammate he is. The fact that he loves a game where he never caught the ball.
He's a 3-time Pro Bowler. He was the leading receiver on both Super Bowl teams. He rewrote Broncos record books. In 1997, he had over 1,100 yards. In 1998, over 1,200 yards. Without a top receiver like that, I'm not sure how the rest of that offense operates.
Rod Smith, Denver touchdown.
They don't win those 2 Super Bowls in the end of Elway's career without Rod Smith.
Rod Smith was a pure Bronco.
He's a Broncos Ring of Famer. He's a guy that loves the city. He's on the sidelines at every game. I mean, he's almost like a mascot for the team.
Smith easily snagged a spot on our list, but there's one thing he can't get his hands on.
This is how you become a hero, right here.
A spot in the Hall of Fame.
He's never up for Hall of Fame consideration because his numbers weren't as good as these wide receiver numbers are now, but he certainly should be.
I think he should get Hall of Fame consideration because he was just so great for so many years, big in big games. He was really a big, underrated part of that championship team.
He is the best receiver in franchise history. To get the respect, to even make the team, let alone to be a franchise player, an all-decade kind of player, he certainly isn't getting the love from the Hall of Fame voters that he should.
Kind of amazing career for a guy that kind of came out of nowhere.